It's easy for a lot of us to take our smile for granted, but our next guest knows just how precious one can really be.
Emily Everlith was born with a cleft lip and palate. Eating and smiling was always a little bit of a challenge.
But after 8 procedures, combined with a supportive family, she really, followed through with a lot of gratitude, and she has become very strong, a very beautiful young woman who is passionate about helping others just like herself.
Emily, welcome to CT Style. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So you are a senior at Ram High School. Looking forward to college next year?
Hopefully, yes.
Do you know where you're going?
Not quite yet.
Do you have any schools picked out or in mind?
I've applied to about 7 schools, and I'm just waiting to hear back in March.
You have to tell us,
You wanna
because these
share
are
what
some big
schools?
names you
Well,
applied to.
I applied to Harvard, Yale, Georgetown, Boston College,
Yeah.
Tufts, a couple more too.
Good for
Those
you.
are the ones that we went to, Teresa, right?
I didn't get in. I don't know what happened. Didn't work out.
Not quite.
But talk to us a little bit about the campaign you started.
Well, so when I was in 8th grade, I made a cleft lip and palate awareness website. And so I kind of show my own personal experiences, and I share whenever I'm going on appointments and whenever I have operations, because I have cleft lip and palate myself. And so I kind of give that more personal viewpoint. And now I'm in charge of a leadership position in the International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. And so I've had the wonderful opportunity of having my own charity being taken part of by the whole state. And so I've tried to make it a little bigger, that I posted it on my website, and it reaches people all over the world. And so I made these magnets that I designed, and I thought it would be convenient because they have a very simple design, but if you notice, they have a cleft here, so it's not a normal smiley face. It actually mimics my own cleft lip. And so I'm hoping that people who have their magnets on their cars or their refrigerators, or some of my teachers have them on their bulletin boards, people will ask why there's an extra mark there, and they'll explain that it's a cleft lip.
Sure, it gets the conversation going. And it's called I Support a Smile.
Yes, that's what they say on the magnets too.
Very good.
Now, what was it like growing up with a cleft palate?
Well, I was kind of raised with facing adversity, so I realized at a young age that I was like a little different. And there were some people who would be like, oh, what's on your lip? Why do you have a booger there? And I'd have to explain, no, that's a scar.
Right.
I have had lots of operations.
Yeah.
And so I kind of learned like a sense of resilience at a young age. So I was born like facing adversity, so now I'm stronger as a person. And I usually, sometimes people would look at cleft lip and palate as a bad thing, and they see it as a negative thing to be born with. But I'm actually thankful that I was born with cleft lip and palate, because I feel like I've been taught lessons of overcoming difficulties at a younger age than a lot of people that I am friends with.
And you didn't let it slow you down at all, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How many procedures have you had?
I've had about 10 operations, most of them when I was very young, within the first couple of years. The most recent large one was, I was in 3rd grade, I had a bone graft where they took a bone from my hip and they put it in my jaw. That one was mostly rough though, because I was on a liquid diet for 13 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And so every type of smoothie possible I
That's
had.
milkshakes.
So you have to be out of school for a long period of time. How do you make up for your schoolwork?
In 3rd grade, I was out of school for about a week, and then I would come to school, but I would have to have recess in the courtyard with a friend, or I would have to heat up my own lunch in the nurse's office and have a liquid lunch. So I would come to school, but it just was like a little bit different. And I usually don't miss too much school for each operation. My most recent one, my sophomore year, I had a tooth exposure here. And I actually came to school right afterwards, and I went to cheerleading practice, and everyone's like, wait, are you still on anesthesia? And I was like, I'm fine.
You're used to it. You were just feeling good. And now it's really nice that you're able to sort of pay it forward to other younger kids. Can you explain quickly how you're able to do that?
Well, by selling my magnets, I'm also accepting donations online on a website called GoFundMe. And so I posted on my website for my own Facebook page about the link, and then people from all over the world have donated. And the magnets, there's a minimum donation of $5, but so many people have been donating more than that. Like I have one family who, they were like, oh, let's buy a whole smile, and so
nice.
Which costs $250 for a child to have a surgery. And so some people, they've surpassed my what I was expecting for donations so much.
That's great.
And what's next for I Support a Smile?
Well, so far we're growing. It's only been a month, and we've raised $4,000.
That's fantastic.
So I'm kind of in awe of how fast it's kicked off. And we ordered 500 magnets to begin with, and I have a feeling we're going to order more.
I have a hunch you probably will.
We've been going all over the country.
That's fantastic. Emily, thank you so much for being here, and best
Thank you
of
for
luck
having
to
me.
you.